Good evening, and welcome to the 26th Annual Poudre School District Elementary School Honor Choir Concert. Here I am. Yeah. Tonight is a night to celebrate vocal music in our elementary schools. It's a night when more than 100 fourth and fifth graders from across the district will join together to create beautiful music. It is also a night to celebrate 3 of our district's elementary school choirs, which meet as extracurricular groups at their respective schools. I am Superintendent Sandra Smizer, and I'm pleased to be your MC for the evening. I know from my own educational experiences how valuable music can be. Having played the flute in my school bands and sung in the choir, I've observed firsthand how music education can contribute to students' lives. Tonight you will see and hear not only how music can impact students' lives and experiences, but also how their music can impact others. Tonight, they will impact us. We are in for a real treat tonight. You're going to hear some incredible music sung and played by many astonishing young students, by some of their teachers, and a few special guests. As a reminder, take this moment to turn off your cell phones, pagers, or anything else that's going to make a noise. And remember that videotaping and flash photography are not allowed. We invite you to sit back, enjoy the students' performance, and allow the power of music to influence you. Our first guest choir tonight is the Eyestone Cougar Choir from Eyestone Elementary in Wellington. The Eyestone Cougar Choir has 55 4th and 5th grade students. They rehearse once a week after school and have already had 2 performances this year, including one at the Wellington tree lighting. Their choir director is Laura Beasy, and the student-elected choir president is Jacqueline Forrest. They are accompanied this evening by Karen Courtney. Eyestone is proud of its family atmosphere, where academic excellence is encouraged in a warm, friendly, caring environment. Eyestone's leadership includes David Sobson as principal and Gregory Strutz as assistant principal. Please help me welcome the Cougar Choir from Eyestone Elementary School.
Welcome everyone, my name is Jackie Forrest and I've been proud to represent the Eyestone Cougar Choir as the elected choir president this year. Our first song, Jambo Bwana, means hello sir in the Swahili language and is one of the best known Kenyan pop songs of all time. It includes many common Swahili phrases such as habari gani, mzuri sana, how are you, very good, and hakuna matata, no worries. Our next piece, A Rushing Wind, is full of hope and excitement, celebrating the adventures that await us in life, yet reminding us of the comfort when we come home from life's many journeys. We wish to dedicate this performance to our principal, Mr. Sobson. Thank you for your support of music at Eyestone. We wish you well as you move on to other adventures.
Rushing wind, oh stirring voice, you call across the deep. You beckon young and blended souls to sail upon the sea. No one knows what course we'll take, or when the journey ends. Oh, rushing wind, you'll carry us and bring us safely home again. Some will sail to distant shores, and some will harbor near, and each will forge a different path through days of hope and fear. Blowing gales and billowed storms will make the ocean spin. Oh, rushing wind, you'll carry us and bring us safely home again. Come and follow me as we sail the ocean seas and find a place where all our dreams begin. All the earth will ring as we hear the ocean sing, a song of courage strong and free. So come, my friends, make ready now. The ship is yours to sail. The running waves makes one and all, and smiling skies prevail. Heart and mind and soul combined, life's journey now begins. Oh, rushing wind, you'll carry us and bring us safely home again. Oh, rushing wind, you'll carry us and bring us safely home again.
We close our part of the performance with a lively arrangement of two American folk songs, Liza Jane and Polly Wolly Doodle. We hope you enjoy.
This is a song about two gals from the USA. One of them's from Baltimore, one's Louisiana way.
Thank you, Mrs. Beasy and the Eyestone Cougar Choir. Here in Poudre School District in Fort Collins, Wellington, and Timnath, we are fortunate to be part of communities that embrace music. We have numerous options for live music performances, music festivals, private lessons, and other musical experiences. Our Fort Collins Symphony provides outreach in the form of the Youth Education Series concert for District 4th and 5th graders. The Fort Collins Lincoln Center offers various outreach opportunities each year in conjunction with our Poudre School District's Department of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment. The Bohemian Foundation supports various musical activities, notably modern band through Little Kids Rock, and the new PSD Music Innovation Grant. Opportunities to learn, perform, and hear music in our daily lives and activities abound. In school, our students have numerous opportunities to make music. Poudre School District provides curricular and extracurricular musical offerings ranging from elementary school choirs and rock bands to secondary performance classes like band, choir, orchestra, jazz band, modern band, music theory, and more. Students in our district take part in a unique summer band and orchestra program which propels them to success in middle school and beyond. Every year when I attend our graduations, I am completely blown away by the musical performances of our seniors and our high school students, and this is where it all starts. And yet music is so much more than a class or an experience. Music is a way to express ourselves through the tangible, lyrics, pitches, rhythms, melody, and harmony, and the intangible, emotions, mood, feelings of community and togetherness. Music is mathematical. We feel the rate and proportions of the music, and we can count and analyze music in great rational detail. It is extremely common that accomplished mathematicians are also accomplished musicians. Music supports both math and literacy. It evokes emotion, allows us to communicate, while helping students develop skills like collaboration, communication, and creativity. Music helps kids be ready for cooperative work in their future endeavors, including their eventual careers. Music allows our students to work as a team in many ways, not the least of which is participation in a choir. On that note, tonight's second guest choir is the Shepherdson STEM Elementary Choir, which is made up of almost half of all 4th and 5th graders at Shepherdson STEM Elementary. This group of dedicated students meets every Tuesday before school. Their choir director is Ryan Unangst, with help from Karen Courtney on piano and Chris Rangel on violin. The Shepherdson STEM Elementary Choir is proud to be here at the Honor Choir Concert this year and wants to thank their principal, Alyssa Paduska, their vice principal, Wayne Thorns, all of the staff, and every family that makes Shepherdson such a great community. Please help me welcome the Shepherdson STEM Elementary Choir, directed by Ryan Unangst and accompanied by Karen Courtney.
metrical quality, willoughby, wallaby, meow, meow, meow. She kept her shoes on the pantry shelf. Rizzledy, rozzledy, meow, meow, meow. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself. Rizzledy, rozzledy, meow, meow, meow. Rizzledy, rozzledy, rizzledy, rozzledy. Hey, bombacity, nickety, nackety, nickety, nackety. Metrical quality, willoughby, wallaby, meow, meow, meow. Rizzledy, rozzledy, meow, meow, meow.
Thank you, Mr. Unangst and the Shepherdson Choir. As our final guest choir of the night makes its way towards the stage, I'd like to focus on some of the benefits of music in the lives of our students. Music in and of itself provides beauty. It is intrinsically valuable for adding aesthetic experiences to our lives, whether we are the audience or the performers. It evokes memories and feelings. I think I am going to evoke a memory and a feeling instantly when I say, "Hey, Macarena." Or MC Hammer's "Can't Touch This." We know where we were when we heard it, what the mood was. We know where we were in our life when those songs came out. And when Garth Brooks' famous lyrics, "I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance." We all remember that song. In a society that's focused on standardized testing, music provides benefits both inside the bubbles and outside the bubbles. Music improves cognition and reading skills. After all, performing music requires students to track from left to right, to decode symbols, and produce sounds without interrupting their fluency. Music also enhances mathematics. The two subjects, as I mentioned before, are closely connected. While numerous well-known studies tell us that music helps the brain, music helps the whole child too. Throughout history, many have recognized the value of music. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "Without music, life would be a mistake." Plato said, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." Albert Einstein said, "If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music." Victor Hugo said, "Music expresses that which cannot be said, and on which it is impossible to be silent." And Billy Joel said, "I think music in itself is healing. It's an explosive expression of humanity. It's something we are all touched by. No matter what culture we're from, everyone loves music." We know so much about the benefits of music and music education. While playing an instrument has a unique ability to activate the entire brain, singing provides a unique opportunity to express oneself through words tied to melody, harmony, and rhythm. Singing in a choir also creates community. Our third and final guest choir tonight is the Zach Elementary School Choir. Go ahead. The Zach Elementary School Choir is a non-auditioned ensemble with approximately 140 members. The choir rehearses in two groups: Green Choir, 2nd and 3rd grade students, and Gold Choir, 4th and 5th grade students. Each group rehearses one time per week with occasional large ensemble rehearsals. The choir sings music in a variety of languages, styles, and genres. The Zach Elementary School Choir enjoys singing for the community in concert at high school sporting events and even at a Colorado Eagles hockey game. Alyssa M. Johnson has been the general music teacher and choir director at Zach Elementary since the school's opening in 2002. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Vocal Performance degree from the University of Colorado at Denver in '96 and a Master of Music Education degree from Mansfield University in Mansfield, Pennsylvania in 2000. In March 2015, Mrs. Johnson received Poudre School District's Excellence in Education Award. Mrs. Johnson is passionate about choral music. It is the reason she became a music teacher. She believes that every child should learn to sing in a group. Life is full of group singing opportunities, and Mrs. Johnson wants her students to feel confident using their voices in any and all situations. Please help me by again welcoming the Zach Elementary School Choir under the direction of Alyssa Johnson. Mrs. Johnson and the students of the Zach Elementary School Choir. And now for the 2017-18 Honor Choir. Each year, Poudre School District honors some of our very best elementary school singers with the opportunity to perform in a choir made up of their musical peers. Each elementary school sends 2 to 5 students to represent their school in the annual Elementary Honor Choir. This is our 26th year. Tonight's guest conductor is Kathy Keller. Kathy Keller is the general music teacher at Prairie Ridge Elementary School in Firestone, Colorado. She also conducts the before-school choir, Soaring Singers, which consists of 60 fourth and fifth graders. Mrs. Keller and the Soaring Singers were invited to perform at CMEA in 2015. This is Mrs. Keller's 9th year at Prairie Ridge in the St. Vrain Valley School District. She and her colleagues from Niwot Elementary and Longmont Estates Elementary were invited to present at the CMEA conference in January, just this last January. Mrs. Keller earned her bachelor's in music education with an emphasis in vocal, piano, and general music from the University of Northern Colorado in December 2003. Upon graduation, Mrs. Keller worked as the choir director at Irwin Middle School in Loveland. In May '04, she began working at Fossil Ridge High School as the choir director, where she assisted with the inaugural year of Fossil Ridge High School as well as Kennard. She remained at the Ridge for 2 years, after which she married her husband and made the switch to elementary music. Mrs. Keller began teaching elementary general music in August '06 at Thimig Elementary. She loved the change so much, she went back to school in '08 to earn her master's in music education with an emphasis in Kodai instruction from Colorado State University and completed her degree in 2010. I have to make a comment that our music teachers are qualified specialists with degrees in music, and there are not a lot of school districts around the country that have that boast. Mrs. Keller has 2 children with her husband, Travis, Matthew, and Emma. She enjoys camping, hiking, attending Broncos games, and any outdoor activities. She loves taking her kids to all of Travis's marching band activities in the fall to cheer on the Fairview Marching Knights. Prior to this evening's performance, Mrs. Keller and our Poudre School District Honor Choir students have only had 5 rehearsals together. These diligent students have worked hard in rehearsal, practicing on their own and with their music teachers. I think you'll be amazed by what they have accomplished in such a short time. Please help me welcome the 2017-18 Poudre School District Elementary Honor Choir under the direction of Kathy Keller, accompanied by Allison Petrus.
Black, white, red, brown, yellow earth, blue and green, no colored earth. Sister rain, brother stone, bring us back to our true home. What can I, a single soul, do for those I don't even know? Well, I shall sing and I shall work for peace on earth till peace and love, love and peace, peace and love. The earth is waiting. Love and peace and love, love and peace. Help one another. Peace and love and peace and love. The earth is waiting. Peace and love. No more war, no more fear. May hunger soon disappear. No more doubt, no more lies. Only truth shall free the Christ. Only hope, only dreams can erase the tears and screams. I shall sing and I shall work for peace on earth till all are free. Turtle and wolf, leopard and deer, water and land, all lives are equal. Birds and trees, people and plants, dolphin and whale, all lives are equal. Butterflies, kangaroos, elephants, all lives are equal. All lives. White, red, brown, yellow earth, blue and white, no colored earth. Thousands of lives, thousands of lives, thousands of lives, each life is sacred. Thousands of lives, thousands of lives, thousands of lives, each life is sacred. Thousands of lives, thousands of lives, thousands of lives, each life is sacred. Sacred lives.
While some authorities still maintain the first chewing gum was developed by American pioneers in the 1800s, recent research by this writer has revealed some startling new findings. Indeed, gumologists throughout the country were shocked to learn that gum was actually invented as late as 1955. The inventor, curiously enough, was this writer's great aunt, Blue May Bubbles Lawrence.
It all started when Bubbles was a teenager in school. Like all great inventors, she was constantly driven by a singular, all-consuming ambition. Her ambition was to find something that would really stick well underneath the cafeteria tables. Oh, sure, she tried the usual things, macaroni, pork chops, but they just wouldn't do. One day, an inspired moment, she had a thought.
What the hey? I'll invent bubblegum.
A few hours later, in the chemistry lab, she made her great discovery. She found her new product not only stuck well on cafeteria tables, but also shoes, theater seats, and retainers. But selling her new product was a sticky problem.
What else can this gum of yours do? Who wants something that just sticks on stuff? I bet it'll make a great roll-on deodorant. Here, try it. As you can imagine, the result of this experiment was really the pits. Weeks later, as Bubbles was recovering in the hospital, a nurse got tired of Bubbles' incessant talking and shoved a wad of the news product in her mouth. Well, the rest is history.
In later life, Bubbles, an amateur musician, sought to record her achievements in song. Though her works remain unpublished, some of her titles include "I'm gonna wash that gum right out of my hair," "Love Thing Song from Romeo and Juliet," "Don't Step," wait, oh yeah. Oh yeah, "Don't Step on My Blue Suede Gum," "Oh Gum, All You Faithful," and "I've Got You Under My Shoe."
I get in trouble and I'll tell you how. When I blow bubbles, people have a cow. Oh, won't you help me, 'cause I'm having some major problems with my bubble gum. Bubble gum, I want my bubble gum. I need my bubble gum. I want my bubble and it's on my face. I have my bubbles honey every place. That's not bad enough, I'm grounded too. I only tried to teach him pink and needs to chew. Talking bubble is the same to me. A chewy tragedy. That's the trouble, trouble, trouble with my bubble, 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 bubble gum. Bubble 7 inches wide. A real beauty, much too big to hide. I tossed it up to see if it would float. But oops, I let it on my mom's and drill a coat. Talking bubble is the same to me. A chewy tragedy. That's the trouble, trouble, trouble with my bubble, 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 bubble gum. It's never, never cool to chew your gum at school. My music teacher would relent A's. But I would never tire of chewing gum in choir. And now I have detention till I graduate. Bubble is the same to me. A chewy tragedy. That's the trouble, trouble, trouble with my bubble, 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 bubble gum.
One fateful night by the railroad track,
I dropped my gum. I just had to get it back.
Thank you, elementary choir. While all the choirs are making their way back to the stage for the mass choir number, we would like to say thank you to some people who helped with this year's honor choir. Cody Kruger and Samantha Crandall, honor choir coordinators. Allison, thank you. Allison Petrus, accompanist. Curriculum Department Secretary Shannon Beal, who supports music, art, PE, and world language. The PSD warehouse staff and the Lincoln Center. Elementary music teachers, please stand or come out on the stage. Here they come. Elementary principals and assistant principals who are in the audience, please stand. PSD leadership, Board of Education, and Central Admin. Some of you are here as well. And students, could I have a round of applause for your parents, please? We have experienced some amazing music tonight performed by our students representing every elementary school in PSD. The role of music in their lives is evident. It's more important to us all than we may realize. What would the latest Star Wars movie be without its musical themes? How would we even remember what's in a Big Mac without the old-time commercial? And the recently concluded Winter Olympic Games would not be the same without the familiar Olympic fanfare and other catchy tunes, not to mention the music accompanying the skating routines. And I personally would have liked to have heard the soundtrack that's pumping through the earbuds of the boarders as they go down the half pipe. While music is vital in our everyday lives, it's not every day that we are treated to an amazing live musical performance like the concert we have shared tonight. Students, your musical performances have inspired us. Thank you. We're fortunate here in PSD to have administration, school board, leadership, community, everybody who supports and values music. As you've heard tonight, music allows students such as these to excel, to thrive, and we're so proud of them and our music programs. We have one last opportunity to hear these students sing for us tonight. So please turn your attention to our mass choir. There's a little bit of adjusting still going on, I think. Eyestone, Shepherdson, Zach, and the Elementary Honor Choir all at once.
Little firefly, you're the only creature I know who carries a star wherever you go. Did you pick it from the dark blue sky? How far did your silver wings have to fly? I see you at the end of a summer day
don't know, but I'm thinking a standing ovation maybe. Okay, so we'd like to ask you a favor. We're going to release the students in a moment, and we ask that everyone in the audience please remain seated until the guest choirs are back in their assigned seating areas. And when they've all returned, we ask that you pick up your child in that area. Thank you again for being our guest tonight, and we certainly hope that you enjoyed the evening.
So, just so you know where dismissal is tonight,